All right, there it goes. It says we are recording. Hey, everybody, happy Monday. Happy February. Happy Groundhog's Day. Big, big day. Hope you enjoyed the newsletter this morning. Happy day after Super Bowl. So much going on this week. It's kind of, I guess, par for 2015 for things to always be crazy, crazy busy. It's going to be a very, very good year. I'm sure you're probably already feeling the push. And we certainly are here as well. Couple quick announcements, things that I wanted to go over, really exciting this week. Wednesday, well, first of all, Monday, tonight, we have the Pensacola Diva Success Sisters. So that would be exciting. If you've never heard of Diva Success Sisters, we have local chapters all over the country. You can check on the site over on the left-hand side, see if there's a chapter near you. Do not consider starting one. So I'm excited to have mine tonight. Wednesday, we have our daytime Twitter party. So we'll be joining at this same time. This is 12 noon Central Time on Wednesday on Twitter. And I think, with all of the talk about how Facebook is really starting to cut down on their pages and people are looking for other ways to connect, I think Twitter and learning how to use Twitter is one of the most fun social medias. It's real time. It's like results oriented, like boom, right then. So we're going to have fun doing that. You can see how a Twitter party goes. And of course, I've restocked my goodie box. So I have all kinds of fun things to send out, business builders, from cello bags and easy scratch offs, and of course Party Plan Diva stuff and whatever. So that'll be a lot of fun. We've got new giveaways going on this week. Last week I went to John Maxwell. It was fantastic. I have a great package that includes his book and some extra great training from him. This will be going up this week. Our Calypso Twist either ends today or ended yesterday. I'll have to check, but we've got giveaways going on every week on Party Plan Divas. If you go to partyplandivas.com, up in the top right-hand corner, you'll see where it says Party Plan Divas blog. That's where you're going to find this stuff. I hinted last week we have a new product coming out. There's actually 2 of them. Super excited. They kind of go hand in hand together, and also with the blogging series that we have going on. But I was going to sneak peek. It is a new social media tracker. The new file is going to have all of the information on how to really utilize social media, some kind of insider tips for how you can use Facebook, even with their algorithm, and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and all that kind of stuff, and then how you can track it to see what is working for you. It's like having your own insights to all of your social media as a whole. Like, you can look at Facebook insights, and you can look at Pinterest insights, and you can look at whatever. This is bringing it all together in one place. You guys have been asking for this. Super excited. It's going to be part of the download of the new planner, or you can purchase it separately if you either don't have the download of the new planner, or you've purchased it before the end of the year, before last year. I'll explain that further. So today we're talking actually about the foundation of Party Plan Divas, which is our time management system. There's of course training on booking and recruiting and hostess coaching and all that kind of stuff, but what really sets Party Plan Divas apart, what makes us different, is that it's about time management and doing all of these things in a way that works for you to not only move your business forward, but to move your business forward without losing your mind, without being stressed and overwhelmed all the time, without your family having to suffer because you're working 24 hours a day, or to give some direction. A lot of people say, I know how to book parties, but I just don't. Like, it's just not connecting. It's just not happening. So you have the knowledge of how to do it, but there's no specific wake up Monday morning, this is what you need to do kind of stuff. And so the foundation of Party Plan Divas is this time management system, which is of course why I'm sharing it with all of the members here. And then we have the tools. If you have our Diva Success System Planner, or you have our wall calendar, that all kind of supports this time management system. If you know my story, I actually suffered a very big loss due to really bad time management. I became a true, workaholic that was working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every time I got within 3 feet of somebody, I was talking to them about my business. I'd sit down to dinner and my family would groan and they would be like, Mom, can we at least order the appetizer before you start talking to, the waitress about your business or whatever? And while I thought it was kind of comical, what I realized is that I had really just consumed myself so much, and not in a positive way. Yeah, my business was going and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, things were going really well, but my family was suffering, and I had gotten warning signs and stuff like that, but I had just kind of ignored them or just thought, it was part of it or whatever. And I came home and was asked for a divorce. So I've had a big loss over, just the fact that I was so consumed and so overwhelmed and trying to work my business 24 hours a day. And I think that what was so bad is that I was kind of trained that way. I mean, like, I remember hearing the training that I was in skincare and somebody said, everybody who has skin is a prospect. Well, obviously that's everybody that doesn't have fur, So I talked to everybody and I did, opportunity is everywhere. Yeah. And I was trying to find it everywhere. There was never time off. There was never a disconnect. There was never a system or a strategy or a whatever. So like, if my eyes were open, I was working, and I realized that I really had my priorities out of line, and I really had just let it take over way too much. And so Party Plan Divas kind of came about from that loss and from that understanding that the old training that everybody with a pulse is a prospect is not how we need to run our businesses, and that, it's return on relationships for business, but it's also relationships that you have in your life. And most of the people that I coach, especially one-on-one, you're feeling that pressure, you're feeling, stressed and overwhelmed, and you have people in your life that are, giving you feedback that they never see you anymore, or, you're always talking about business, or, my God, you have another party this week, or, those kind of things. We get those warning signs ahead of time. And it's how do you still, it's the balance. How do you still have a successful business and still have a successful personal life and relationship and, loved ones and whatever? How do you find that balance? And of course, that is what Party Plan Divas is all about. That is what this Diva Success System is all about. It's finding that balance. It's being completely happy and completely fulfilled in work and in life and at home. And so what I basically did is I took all of the things that we need to do to move our business forward. There are two types of activities in direct sales. The first one is time consuming, and the second one is profit producing. And what I realized is those two types of activities are very different. They're related, but they're very, very vastly different things. And so we spend a lot of time on the things that are time consuming and not so much time on the things that are profit producing. And of course, the reason for that is the profit producing stuff is the scary stuff. The profit producing stuff requires talking to other people, picking up that 600-pound phone, walking up to a complete stranger to talk about your business, those kind of things. That's the scary stuff. So we don't spend a lot of time on that. We spend time on the time-consuming stuff because that's the fun stuff. That's, playing, working, whatever, on Facebook. It's creating a new flyer for the sale that you're going to have in February, or creating a Facebook image or something like that. It is filing paperwork or making out invitations even can be considered those things that are time-consuming because they don't actually lead directly to a profit. They're not that actual time. But the problem is you can spend 90% of your life doing those things that are time consuming. So you're working all the time. You're working, 12, 16-hour days, but you're not making any money. And so that is also a huge problem also, because it's one thing when you're taking all this time away from your family and you're making, a large amount of money, but when you're taking all this time away from your family and you're not making anything, it's very hard to keep them on board to support you, right? So I took all of these things that we needed to do, the things that are profit producing, the things that are time consuming, the things that we must do to move our business forward, and I put it together in a time management system. And it is broken down into daily, weekly, and monthly. And the tools that we have to support these are our Diva Success System Planner, whether you do that by download or whether you do it print. This is the size that I use. Where am I going? Or if you have the wall calendar, okay? They break it down so that you can get on this, make these habits so that, you again, have that balance and have that life fulfilled. let's start talking about it. So this I thought was cute because this is how I used to be. I'd like to schedule a time management seminar on my calendar as soon as I find time to buy a calendar. That was me. I was all the time. I knew that I needed to have better balance. I knew that I needed to have better organization. I said all the time, or I would spend hundreds of dollars on a planner like this one, trying to get it to work for me. You know, Franklin Covey, Day Timer, Day Runner, all of those. I spent all this money on these planners and nothing had exactly what I needed, which is, by the way, why we designed one. But I couldn't get it together. So you guys may recognize, oops, this lady, okay? If you have ever heard of Fly Lady, she has an amazing system for how to break down the tasks of keeping your house organized, your household stuff, groceries, keeping the house clean, keeping on top of that mountain of laundry, all that kind of stuff. And I discovered Fly Lady years and years ago, and I started flying. And within a few weeks, I was like, wow, my house is clean, my laundry is done, my dishes are like, it was working. And I kept saying, somebody needs to create this for business. Somebody really ought to create this for business. This is a phenomenal system. Somebody ought to create this for business. So I did. After saying somebody for about a year and a half, I did. And so the same concept that she has, I broke it down into these little bite-sized pieces. When you start off with the Diva Success System, it can be kind of like Fly Lady. It's a little overwhelming at first. It's a little daunting. And it is a habit that you are having to create, habits that you are having to change. Your habit right now is workaholicism all the time, all day, every day, scrambling, seat of your pants, whatever. This is going to be different. So it does take a little bit of time to organize this. But I can tell you that since 2007, I have been helping thousands of people to get this exactly under control. This works, and it works for absolutely everybody, whether you are a brand new consultant, whether you're $1 million director, doesn't matter. This is how it's going to work. So let's start with our daily, okay? So there are 3 tasks that you want to complete every single day. The very first one is to get up, get ready for business, all the way to hairspray. Fly Lady has that you have to get ready to shoes, and your shoes have to have laces. Here's the thing. When you are ready for business, you are ready for anything. If somebody stops by, it's okay. You need to run out to an errand, it's okay. You don't have the excuse that you're, in baby spit up covered leggings that, you've had since high school, and your hair is in a, knot on the top of your head and has been for 3 days because you haven't had a shower. There was a time in my life, that was me. I had a brand new baby and I just didn't even care. I was just happy to be vertical some days. So I get it, but when you own a business, you have to have days that you are ready for business. You are ready for everything. Not to mention, you get more accomplished. If you get up in the morning and you take a shower and you get dressed and you get your hair done, you get your makeup done, you've got shoes on, whatever, you're ready for anything. You will get more accomplished. It won't be 12:30 and you're, just now looking at your to-do list. So the first thing that you want to do is get up, get dressed, all the way to hairspray. Even if you have no intentions of leaving the house, that's okay. All right. You'll get more done because you're ready, you're prepared, and you feel better. It's known. I mean, there's some studies done. When we know we look better, we get more done. When we look better, we feel better, we get more done. The second thing is to talk to 3 new people about your business every day. Okay. Now, if you are dressed and ready, then you can do this while you're out and about. Run by the bank, talk to the bank teller. Go through a drive-through, talk to the person at the drive-through. You actually can talk to 2 of them because one takes the money, the other one hands you food. Talk to both of them. That kind of stuff. If you're not leaving the house, then these need to be 3 people that you've never laid eyes on before, that you've never spoken to before. So if you're relying on social media, then it's new people that you connect with every day, not the same old worn out people that you've told about your business for the last, 26 months that you've been involved. Brand new people. It's a fundamental truth in this industry that if you're not booked as solidly as you want to be, it means that not enough people know that you do what you do. This second step is about letting more people know about you. So set a goal to talk to 3 new people. If it's on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+, whatever, Instagram, doesn't matter. Start building that relationship. Start talking to people about your business every single day. And then the third thing is to send a note of gratitude or recognition. Now, this has to do with the law of attraction. If you've ever heard of the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, it's written by Og Mandingo, who has sold more cars in his lifetime than most dealerships have. And one of the things that he attributed to his success is that every single day he sent out 10 thank you notes. And it was building that relationship. It was staying in front of those customers. It was putting out that gratitude and stuff, that good stuff, so that it came back. This is about activating that law of attraction. Send a note, and we're talking actual mail, okay? The ones that need those little stickers we call stamps. This is not shooting an email or sending a text or whatever. This is an actual paper thing in the mail that you send, and you can send it to anybody. You can send it to a great customer. You can send it to a great hostess. Send it to your upline. Send it to somebody in your downline. Send it to somebody in a totally different company that just inspired you. It's about, again, putting out that gratitude of recognition, putting out that good law of attraction, good stuff, so that it will come back to you. Plus, it just feels good. You never know when you can really impact somebody and make a difference. And you may have a day that you really need it too. I would tell you, I've been coaching this for literally 8 years now. Oh, wow. And it's really interesting because it seems like on the days that I need it the most, I get something like this. I have a whole board. You've probably seen it on my blog. I have a whole board of notes that people have sent me, and it always just comes at the right time. And I really think that has to do with that law of attraction. So be that person, because it's really, really good to be that person that's sending it out. And trust me, it'll come back. All right. So then we have our weekly schedule. The weekly schedule is important because you want to wake up every day and know exactly what you have to do to move your business forward. This is about, again, knowing what to do. Not, if you've ever had one of those days that you're laying in bed and you're like, oh gosh, I didn't call that hostess, or oh man, I didn't go to the bank, I didn't go to the post office, I didn't, whatever. Here's the thing, it makes you 100% normal because people do that all the time. When you don't have good time management, when you're just kind of like, all over the place, that happens all the time. So I broke it down into a weekly schedule that is great so that you can know what to do every day. It's also great for you to share with your loved ones so they get it, so they know that what they can expect. You also share it with your team and with your customers, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I had the first, and I gave them cheesy little names so that you will remember them. All right, so first we have Money Monday. Money Monday was when I made all of my deposits, anything that had to do with money. So I ran credit cards, I made my deposits, and I would place my order if I could. If I needed to wait for some stuff to clear, then I could wait a day or two. But I tried to get all of my money stuff on Monday. If you look down, you'll see that I did my parties on the weekends. If you don't do your parties on the weekends, if you do them during the weekday, you just need to kind of shift these days over. But it's important, excuse me, I have hiccups. It's important to assign a day to these tasks so that you make sure that I get done. So I had my Friday and Saturday party. Sunday, you said I didn't do anything. And so Monday, I would get up and I would make the deposits from the entire week, okay? Anything that had been ordered. Now, here's the caveat to that. If I had somebody who, called and had an order on Tuesday, I could tell them, I have my orders going in on Monday. Do you want me to add it to my order on Monday, or do you need it sooner than that? Most of the time, they were like, no, order it, whatever. They could save on shipping if they ordered it on Monday, or I could have it shipped directly to them. Okay, so this is not, a steadfast, you're never placing an order except for Monday, but I shared with my customers. So here's the thing too, how you have people that say, how late is the party going to be open? I place all my orders on Monday. You've got until Monday. That kind of thing. So it gave me that definitive, when I was going to make a deposit, people say, can you hold this check? I do all my deposits on Monday, so I can either deposit it this Monday or I can hold it and deposit it next Monday. People knew, they came to know. I did money and orders on Monday. On Tuesday, and the great thing about that is it was done. Like, it was done. I got all of it done, knew what I made that week, done, orders placed. Okay, so then the rest of that was up to my corporate office, right? So I placed the order, so now they're taking care of the sending me stuff and whatever. So on Tuesday, I get up and I have Team Tuesday. Now, obviously, this was not the only time that I was available to my team, but it was the day that I scheduled for my team. So if I had a new consultant sign up, I would say, I want to get you started right away on our coaching calls. So I do all of my coaching on Tuesdays. It's Team Tuesday. What works better for you, morning or afternoon? And so she'd say morning, we'd set it up, and I'd say, great. So for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to call you every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. or whatever. Well, the cool thing about this is that Team Tuesday kind of became like what my whole team did. So most of the time they waited until Tuesday for things that weren't pressing. They knew that they could reach me any other time, but Tuesdays kind of became our day. Well, as those new people started recruiting, they started doing Team Tuesday with their own team members. So the leadership structure really kind of made itself happen, and everybody was doing coaching on Team Tuesday. Of course, again, that wasn't the only day that I was available, but it really helped me with culling what I needed to get done with my team on Tuesdays. Wednesday was Work Together Wednesday. This was my hostess coaching day. Okay, work together. That's, I put it because you have to think about that with your hostesses. These are, who you're working with. So I did Work Together Wednesday. What I loved about this is because it was in the middle of the week, I could start hostess coaching with the people that booked the weekend prior. So let's say you booked a party with me on Saturday. My first contact with you was that following Wednesday to make sure that the dates work, to check on your to check on your guest list, that kind of stuff, right? Well, I could also hostess coach for the week coming up. So if I'm calling you on Wednesday, you've got a party with me on, say, Friday, then I'm calling to get final head counts, to get directions, to get, we've got the whole hostess schedule. But it was right there in the middle of the week so that I could call 1 week prior and 1 week back. If you have our Diva Success System Planner, I made it real easy because it's right here. This is when you call right there. And you're only flipping back 1 week. You don't have to search through old order forms. You don't have to, go back through or try to find, what hostess. You've got it right there at your fingertips. So Work Together Wednesday. Start hostess coaching the weekend prior and finish hostess coaching the weekend upcoming. Thursday was Thankful Thursday, Customer Care Day. Making customer care calls. By now, they've either started to receive product or maybe you've gotten product in, so now you're out delivering it. This was my customer care day. It was my Thankful Thursday. Sent out notes. If I had a company or a corporate email to send out, that kind of stuff. This was all customer care day. I assigned it a day because it's so important. It needs its very own day. How can you reach out and love on somebody? This can be everything from setting up your social media stuff to, again, making those customer care calls, sending out postcards, maybe you've got a new product coming out, something like that. It's all about the customers on Thursday. You want to show that gratitude, show that recognition, have that time, because you got to be thankful to them. You wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for them, so give them a day. Fun Friday was when I got ready for my weekend parties, so I made sure my lap boards were set up, made sure all my order forms were stamped, I've got prizes, I've got party games, I've got all that kind of stuff. Loaded all up on Friday for both my party Friday and Saturday, okay? Did my party Friday night. Saturday, I'd be free all day. I could do whatever I wanted to. I could take my kids to the park. I could, go to lunch with girlfriends, because since I had prepared on Friday, I just had to basically load up my kit and go to my party on Saturday. So I would take my stuff, have my party Saturday night. So that was my sensational Saturday, because I got to do whatever I wanted to all day long with my loved ones, my priority in life. And then I'd go to my party Saturday night, and then slow down Sunday. Sunday, don't work your business. Sunday is my faith and family day. That's the focus. My family, they come, faith and family is first and foremost in my life. It needs to be. It should be for all of us. And you need to recharge. Give it a day. Give yourself a day to just be off. And that's perfectly fine. There's this big misconception that we have to work 24/7. It's not true. Give that day, recharge, do what you want, spend time with the people you love the most. And then on Monday, when you get up, make your deposits from the weekend. Tuesday, talk to your team. Wednesday, talk to your hostess. Thursday, talk to your customers. Friday, get ready to party. You're constantly moving forward in this schedule. Again, if you don't do parties on Friday and Saturdays, switch them around to a different day. It's perfectly fine. But assign these 6-7 things, including that slowdown, to a date so that you wake up every single morning knowing what you've got to do to move your business forward. All right. I put this in today's newsletter. because I wanted to keep a kind of a goal. I'm going to go over a little bit on my time. Hang in there with me, guys. I'm going to go a little bit over because it's really important, but this is my goal for the week. And I call this the Diva Daisy. If you need more direction, if you're like, things still not happening, pick a petal every single day. If you can complete a Diva Daisy every single week, this is also in our planner. And I have this file that you can download from the back office. And I used to keep one right in my, like in this little cubby of my desk so that I could see it all the time, because this was my focus. I wanted to one day garden, hold a party at least once a week, sign a new recruit every single week, make a sale outside of a party every single week, book a party every single week. If you imagine, if you do that every single week, how much forward your business is going to just skyrocket. And it's totally doable. If you're having at least one party a week, then you should be meeting with people who are interested in the business. So you can do holding a party, signing a recruit, same thing. If you hold that party and you book a party from that party, we've already got 3 petals done, okay? If you went gardening to, you're at lunch and you start talking to the waitress and you tell them, hey, anytime, anybody here that wants a free goodie, I've got it, send them to me, boom, we got 4 petals done. And then you wake up to an internet order because of that gardening or because of that order or the party or whatever. It's totally, totally doable with this system. So download this so that you can see it. Now let's wrap up. I think that was all of the profit producing stuff, right? That's all of our profit producing. And I hope that you guys are all nodding and saying, yes, that's profit producing stuff. We have to make time for the time consuming stuff, but you have to do it in a way that does not consume you, in a way that does not, overwhelm and just completely take over. And a lot of it has to do with this little guy right here. It says, I think my spell checker is broken. It keeps changing luck into preparation. And I think that, when you see other people in your company and you're like, how is she doing that? She came out of nowhere and, suddenly she's breaking records, whatever. I would be willing to bet it has a whole lot to do with preparation. And it has a lot to do with being ready for it when it comes. If you're constantly flying by the seat of your pants and constantly in scramble mode, it's very difficult to gain any real traction. You're like trying to scrape up that tree. With preparation, you're going to climb it easy peasy. So let's talk about the monthly management. Now, these are, again, time-consuming activities that we're going to assign a date so that they get done, and you don't have to think about them at all until the next month, okay? So the first one, first day of the month, was when I did all my product returns. If I had somebody who didn't like a product or, didn't work for or wasn't the right color or whatever, then I did all my product returns on the 1st. Now, obviously, I had to make sure that this was within our return policy. So this was, not the, dead all, mean all, whatever. Sometimes I had to return things outside of this, but for the most part, did it on the 1st of every month, and that works. That meant I sent 1 return form to corporate, I sent 1 box to corporate, boom, it was done. 1 shipping charge, 1 whatever, done. Okay, once that was done, I ordered business supplies and promotions as well as team recognition. On the 1st day of the month, or like today is February 2nd, right? So you should be ordering stuff for summertime, because remember, we're always 90 days ahead of time. But so I would be ordering stuff for like May, June, even though it's February, but that way you can get it in, you have time to make it out, whatever. Look ahead, what specials are you going to be running in the month of June? June is one of those, slow months, whatever. Do dollar days. Go ahead and order it in. If you don't know what that is, it's on the site, but you can do dollar days for June and go ahead and order that now so that you have that postcard and that promotion and stuff like that. Now, you also should be able to run a report of what your team did in the month of January, okay? So you can order team recognition for last month. Go ahead and get it ordered, get it done so that you've got it in and you can reward them for that, okay? So that's our first month. We're doing product returns, we're ordering postcards and stuff, the sales that are upcoming, and we're running and doing a team recognition for the last month, okay? On the 5th day, and here's the other thing too, if it falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, like obviously yesterday was a Sunday, yesterday was Faith and Family Day, so I didn't do anything. So my first day of the month would be today. Okay, so you can, this is not dead set. You have to make it work for you. That's why this wall calendar is important if you need help kind of getting it scheduled in. But do it on the days that you are slated to work. All right. So on the 5th day of the month, this is kind of like paperwork day. Make 20 hostess packets and 20 recruit packets. This is about making sure that you have them. Remember that preparation? This is about having those. Now you're probably like, Lindsay, I don't do 20 parties a month. Why do I need to make 20 of them? True. Here's the reason why. Because parties book out more than a few weeks. Sometimes you have 2 hostesses in the same party. Sometimes they get lost in the mail. I mean, you know what? It happens. So having 20 hostess packets so that anytime you're booking a party face-to-face, you can hand it to them. So you've got hostess packets in your desk. You've got hostess packets in your mobile office. You've got hostess packets in your demo kit. So regardless, you can hand somebody, save yourself some shipping, save yourself some time, be able to hand it to them. If you book it over the phone or on the internet, then yeah, obviously you have to mail it out, but you have it. There's no scrambling trying to put them together. Same thing with recruit packets. You want to hand those out anytime anybody gives you a green light and starts talking about the business, you want to be able to hand it to them. So those recruit packets, on the 5th day of the month, I printed everything out, got everything ready, made sure everything was stamped, and I would sit in front of my television and just put them together. It was a mindless activity, but I could sit down, do it, put them, again, in my mobile office, in my desk, and in my demo kit, and I was done. I knew that I had them for the entire month. And hopefully by the next month, you're making 20 more, okay? On the 10th day of the month, this was my gift day, and this was really fun. This was actually something that I did with my local team. I invited everybody over, and we did gifts. It was the 10th day of the month. Everybody did a potluck, brought their kids over. Kids played on the trampoline in the backyard, and we put together hostess gifts and game prizes and gardening gifts, promotional stuff, whatever. And it was a great team building activity. It was fun because, you know, this person found these really cool organza bags, and this person found really great, you know, confetti, and we'd all barter and share and stuff like that. And everybody left with an entire month's worth of goodies and prizes. So there was never, oh man, I should be gardening, but you know, it's going to take me 4 hours to put stuff together. If you got a last minute party booking, you had a hostess gift ready to give to her. And the presentation part, the pretty part, was already done. So, you know, spending that time to get it totally done one day a month, and then you don't have to think about it. If I had $1 for every time I was scrambling trying to put a hostess gift together as I was like running out the door to a party, okay, I was that girl. 15th day of the month is customer care day. This is when I did any customer care phone calls. If I had like a big mail, this is all the stuff that I didn't get done on Thursdays. I gave it one extra day. Customer care is so important, ladies. I mean, there's no way to put enough emphasis on how important customer care is and taking care of the people who have already ordered from you. Not in a way of badgering them on Facebook, taking care of them and really having that customer care. So I did it every single Thursday, and then I got very focused on the 15th. Booking blitzes, if you have a VIP program, calling to ask for referrals, all that happened on the 15th. Now, on the 20th is when I sent my email blast to my customers. That's different than customer care. The reason why I sent it on the 20th, and I know every first week of the month I always get blown up with emails. Here's the thing, I got a bunch of them today. And here's the thing, it is the 2nd day of February. There are 26 days left in this month. What also happened is that I've paid my mortgage, my car payment, my insurance, and one other. I have 4 that come out the very first week. So to most people, this is a big week with a whole lot of money that's going out, right? It's first week of the month. So even though I got those emails and they had really great sales, I'm thinking I can't do that this week. I'll do it next week. Okay, by next week, I have totally forgotten those emails even exist. Typical customer, right? However, if you send me something on the 20th, it gives me like 8 to 11 days, depending on what month it is, to create that sense of urgency. I've paid all my stuff. I've gotten paid again. So now I've gotten some fluidness with my, with my income. This is the typical American, household. So you're able to kind of create a sense of urgency for products. Also on the 20th day of the month, if you're doing something like dollar days, then you've got, again, 8 to 11 days that you can book. Even if my party was going to be on March 1st and you send it to me on February 20th, I've got 9 days of hostess coaching that I can do to have a really fantastic party. And then, of course, you always want to have your opportunity information in there as well. But by sending it at the end of the month, not in the first of the month, because if I got 6 days, I mean, procrastination is one of the biggest things that happens across the board in everybody. If I don't get to order it now and I'm like, oh, I got 26 days to do this, I got 30 days to do this, I can order that later since it's on sale all month long. There is no sense of urgency there. So sending it later in the month is much more beneficial than sending it in the first day of the month. And then when it comes to the end of the month, the last day of the month, this is when you spend one day doing all of the stuff that you know you should do and we never do. Taxes, writing stuff down. What was your mileage? What did you spend? What did you spend on your business? This is a crazy time. It's February 2nd. That means we're 8 weeks away from tax season. You've only got 8 weeks to get it all together. And I know that many of you have not even started. This is how to save yourself from doing this to you every single year. Write down, end of the month, what's on back order, what still needs to be mailed. File that stuff away. Write it down. So literally, I turn 12 pieces of paper into my accountant. And it's my summary from every single month all year long. It is all done. It's put together. It takes her 20 minutes to do my taxes. And she loves me for it. But it's because, again, that luck, I have prepared for it all year long. Just one day a month, but it is all done. And then, here's the thing. Relax. Relax. Celebrate a great month. Celebrate whatever your achievement has been. If you sold $1 worth of product, if you sold one person, if you had one part, whatever it is, if you sold $1,000 worth of product, doesn't matter. Celebrate what you've done. Enjoy that, because here's the thing. Think about the last day of the month is that tomorrow you're starting off and starting this all over again with the first day of the month. This schedule takes care of all of your time-consuming stuff. There is no making hostess packets all month long, making recruit packets all month long, trying to scramble through receipts for the 6 weeks prior to April 15th, all that kind of stuff. This is about having everything organized and prepared and done so that you can spend time on those things that are profit producing. Does anybody have any questions? I know that's a whole lot to kind of take in, and sometimes the questions don't arise until you really start trying to incorporate it into your business. But that is our time management system. That is everything that you need to move your business forward, laid out for you in a system that is every single day. If you're a little bit overwhelmed, part of your membership is being able to talk to me. So if you need help, if you're like, well, Lindsay, that didn't work for me because I have this obstacle, or how can I adjust this? Shoot me an email. Let's figure it out. We will come up with a system that works perfectly for you, because in 2015, I want you guys to achieve your dream. Remember, that is our theme for the year, is to achieve your dream. But I want you to do it in a way that has you balanced, fulfilled, and has all of your loved ones, your biggest cheerleaders, because they know that they're important, more important than your business, because you've made sure to prioritize them and make them feel that way. Okay? All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have this uploaded to our site very, very shortly. Be sure to check out the Blogging Divas. We've got, all that training is 30 days, I think, up there. Lots of stuff going on there, and in that Facebook group. And watch for these great giveaways, and I hope to see you on Wednesday for our Twitter party. Amanda says, how do you talk to 3 new people a day? How do you find those new people? Well, it depends. If you're out, then it's literally having to talk to strangers. If it's at home, then I would say probably social media. Starting either, with, people, Facebook, but it's people that you haven't spoken to before. So maybe it's searching for groups for other things that you're interested in, things that you're maybe passionate about, like if you're into pet rescue or whatever, which is one I am. I'm involved in a couple Facebook groups of people that are, as passionate about pet rescue as I am. And so you begin to talk to them about your passion and things that you like, and begin to form those relationships. And then eventually you can bring your business into it. Good question. Okay. Any other questions? Shoot me an email. We need the new pages for the planner. Linda, I'm hoping to, it was supposed to be up last week and I used it and I found something that I didn't like about it, so I tweaked it. So it'll be up this week though, promise. I have this part done. I'm finishing the pages that are the training part because I want to break that down into a system like this also so that you guys know exactly what to do every day for it. So. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.